Hello, kind and loving friends. I have a product I want to try. Goop Glow Restore and Shine Hair Serum from Goop Beauty. Now, on the chance that they're using a G from another language and it's like Hyop or Hope, I'm not familiar with the company. I highlighted the ingredients that I recognized. And when I first started out, I saw a few that, not very easy to pronounce and didn't really recognize. But then I started and I went from the bottom up and I recognized most of them. So the first few don't really recognize, sound kind of chemical. Then we've got aspergillus ferment. Now I can't remember what aspergillus is, if it's like a fungus or a bacteria, but okay. Then we've got Saccharomyces ferment. Then plumeria flower extract, a few chemically sounding things, coconut oil, hydrogenated olive oil, unsaponifiables, something I don't know. Then castor oil, tocopherol, which is vitamin E, Hippophae flower oil, malic acid, acacia consina fruit extract, Tamarindus indica fruit extract, Helianthus annus sunflower seed oil, calendula, citrus limon peel extract, citrus aurantium bergamia bergamot fruit oil, citrus aurantium dulcis orange oil. I'm just going to say the regular names: bitter orange, leaf twig oil, mandarin orange oil, clary oil, bitter orange flower oil, limonene, citral, linalool, and geraniol. So many of those essential oils I recognize, and I'm looking forward to them smelling lovely. It's 1 ounce. It says directions: shake well before use. I did. Apply 1 to 2.5 dropperfuls depending on hair length. I'm thinking they would expect people to have hair down here to be like the longest. So I'm going to double or triple that higher number. Massaging and focusing on areas of damage, leave in for 20 minutes, rinse, then shampoo and condition as usual. I don't expect to need as much at the root, so I'm going to start at the ends. Caution: for external use only, avoid contact with eyes, keep out of reach of children. The secret to your shiniest, softest, healthiest looking hair is this glow serum treatment you use before you shampoo. Made with cuticle sealing vitamin C, omega rich sea buckthorn oil, and shine boosting plumeria monoi oil, it is a pre-wash treatment for stressed or damaged hair that smooths, frees, moisturizes, and helps detangle no matter what your hair type or texture. Well, I definitely need help detangling. I had brushed it before recording and then recorded, and sure, I touched it a little bit, but it always needs detangling kind of at all the lengths it had, but especially with it being so very long past the knees. So anything else on here to look at? It says Belgium, London, recycling. Says the company, well, made in the USA from Global Materials, but Goop Inc. is Santa Monica, California. Expires in 2024, goop.com. Let's get to it. So again, shake it. I did. I'll reshake it. 2.5 dropperfuls. I'll do that probably 3 times at least. From root to tip, massaging and focusing on areas of damage. I would think from tip to root, because concentrate it at the root and work your way up. I would think it would need it the most at the tips. So I guess we do this. I'm expecting this to smell lovely, like my beloved essential oils. Well, pulling on it doesn't seem to get it out very much. I don't know what it's stuck on. It doesn't seem that complicated of a box. Okay, kind of looks as expected. It does seem to have, I don't think those are bubbles. They seem like crystallization. There's little particles floating, but then like, okay, that must be some of the oil, but there's like chunks that I think might be crystallization. But I already shook it while it was in the cardboard, and we're going to keep shaking. Now these are clearly bubbles coming up. Now I do have some kind of fine hairs that I don't know if breaking occurred. When I wrap it in the towel, it does tug, but I try to be careful and give it some slack. So let's see. 1, 2, forget the half. I'm just doing 3 because I'm not, I mean, what's a dropper full? I'll go back to that in a minute. Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be much of a smell. I thought there would be. Definitely doing the ends first. But it almost feels like it's not transferring to the hair as easily as I would have thought. And, you know, having it in this ponytail, it's getting more of the outside, but is it going to get the inside of the ponytail? So, okay. Pushing on the dropper. Is that a dropper full? No, that's kind of a half a dropper. I could do this. Flip it again, let the bubble come up, push it, turn it, let that fill. But I don't know. I mean, that in a sense is a dropper full, but is that what they mean? I don't know. But at least this is easier to manage. So let's continue working our way up. Good thing laundry is happening soon in case this gets on my clothing. I'm also trying not to get this on the desk. You know, at this rate, I could just pour this out, but like, how do you get it on the hair exactly? Because trying to distribute, yeah, I spilled it on my pants, trying to distribute in the hands. So I think it might just make more sense to do 1 dropper at a time. And again, is it really, you know, how much do I have to section my hair to get this? And I don't really want to do this and make it, I mean, you can see the shine on my hands, but I don't really want to make it get tangled more. But clearly there really isn't any over here yet. So I guess we could part that in a sense. Let's just do this. Try to remember a dropper on each side. So dropper 1 over here. Now that's a lot easier to manage. Doing this now, I've lost track of how many droppers at this point. And again, what do they mean? Is 1 squeeze a dropper? Because it's not a dropper full. That really, again, I'm just doing this, but like fully squeezing that dropper, and yet it's just half. So really, the smell is not strong. I thought it was going to smell quite lovely. I don't know how much this costs, but I mean, sunflower oil, olive oil, pretty easy to do. And then when you've got your own essential oils, throw some of them in there and you're probably good to go. Now, I'm not as familiar with this pre-wash concept. I've heard of oil being put on after, making more sense. But let's just continue. I don't think I need to go terribly far up here. In fact, if anything, I would rather see more on the ends. I mean, this is the hair that's been with us the longest. And obviously the natural oil of your scalp is coming down from the roots. And as you brush it, it's getting distributed. So the last time I put on like argan oil, I put it, let's say in the bottom half. This really just does not seem like it's distributing evenly. Now, I don't know if a spray bottle would help or if it's too thick for a spray bottle or if there are oils in spray bottles, and then that would probably end up with a very slippery floor. Now, when I did argan oil and then left it in, I think I braided it, and of course it made the hair look darker, but it did seem, I don't know if you'd say like less fine, more coarse. I wouldn't say thicker, but I just don't know. What I expect to do is wash closer to the scalp and let things kind of rinse down and then hopefully distribute. But with soap, it probably will still make it come off. I don't know how these tangles are showing up. And is this much hair? It just kind of came out. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. All right. I'm just going to keep going for now. Getting it on the desk, did not mean to do that. Yes, I'll put some kind of towards the roots. Well, let's just try it. I feel kind of like a grungy punk rocker or something. Okay. And then those little hairs are around here somewhere. I know there's some in the back. And you know, the ones in the back, I can't say are the softest. So it would be nice if they had a positive effect there. I mean, I see tangles. I thought this was supposed to help with that. And again, it really does not seem evenly distributed. It seems like on certain strands, it's thickly there. And then on other strands and sections, it hasn't really reached. So and then there's definitely some in between the fingers. Want to get that off and distributed. I just don't know what to make of the smell. It's much less citrus than I would have thought. And I would think putting the, fingers this way would, oh my gosh, did I disappear? Would distribute it. If I fully cover myself, am I just like Cousin It? Do I go away? I love to be Cousin It. Where are my hair clips? So now it says leave it on 20 minutes. I think I will do like I do. Now, I don't know if the heat of the scalp will kind of help it melt a bit and then redistribute, but I will put it up and then go doing some work that I plan to get done. And also clean up the desk and make sure nothing got on the floor. Still a little bit shiny, but gonna clip this up, let it sit. And then even though I just brushed my hair multiple times and you'd think that would get the loose hairs off, I am seeing hair on the shirt that is now into like a second ball of hair. So I don't know what to make of that. I had brushed the hair a number of times to get the loose hair off. So this really isn't making as much sense. I'm seeing more on my lap too. So I guess we'll have to deal with that. And I mean, I guess I'm not really seeing much of a difference yet. I don't know that I will, because the last time I did oil, I don't remember it being life-changing afterward, but I'll have to check what the price is, because some of the ingredients are quite affordable. So hopefully it's not some, thing priced in the stratosphere just for the shishiness of it. I just looked it up. It's almost $50. I think it should have magical unicorn dust in it for that. Now, again, I don't know what those main ingredients are. I guess I will read them now. Hydrogenated ethyl hexyl olivate, sounds like olive oil, something or other. Caprylic, capric, triglyceride. Triglyceride, I think, is fat. Propanediol, not sure what that is. Aspergillus ferment, then it goes on. So some fat and maybe some olive related stuff, hydrogenated. Most of the ingredients, castor oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, the essential oils. Yeah, the essential oils are expensive, but I couldn't smell them very much, which means I don't think there's very much in here. And then vitamin E, I've got all of these things mostly. I don't know what tetrahexyl ascorbate. Oh, that's probably the vitamin C. I think ascorbate is the vitamin C of some kind. Oh, coconut oil. I don't know what ricinoleate. I mean, glycerin probably. Yeah. I think this would be easy enough to make cheap. I mean, when you think people put coconut oil in their hair, when you think about just throwing some of these cheaper oils together with a few essential oils, it's pretty expensive for this little thing. I mean, even if you took the questionable olive oil from the store, I don't know exactly why it's so expensive. It doesn't really even smell good enough, strong enough to warrant that. And I don't know what kind of essential oils they're using. I use really high quality doTERRA. So it is uncertain, but we'll see if this makes any fun difference. It was very yellow and interesting getting into the hair. I feel like the hair looks darker now. Okay, then. For now, peace be with you.